Hi everyone, it's February 13th, 2021. It's about 7:30 p.m. and I'm just leaving Mokuola, which, as far as I understand, is called Coconut Island. I'm gonna have to look this up. I wonder if this actually translates to Coconut Island. I've just met someone. They were having a wedding there, and so there was like a bunch of tents set up, um, and basically like a bunch of families together with mad kids. uh, it was really nice. Like they were like playing music, and I ended up. I ended up meeting one of them. I ended up I ended up meeting one of the family members. I ended up meeting one of the family members as I was leaving, and had the funniest little moment. It was a young guy, probably like in his 20s, maybe like 21 or 22, and he had his son with him. He had his little toddler, um, probably not more than, probably still under a year. I don't know, maybe just over a year. Whatever toddlers are considered. Um, hey, how's it?
Good.
Um, but um, oh yeah, he was telling me. So he was telling me that the family's from Micronesia. He was trying to tell me about the different islands. So far I've met a number of people from Micronesia. Uh, since being here. Um, um, so he was telling me that his family was from Micronesia. He mentioned about the islands. Um, and he Hey, evening. Good, good. And he um what did he say? Oh yeah, so he tried to. I was on my way out. I didn't really have time, but he tried to invite me to come and have food with them. Um, that's been that's been really common here. Like he was like really insistent that that I come have food, but I really couldn't. And he was just like, "Come," and then his toddler, his toddler mimicked him in the cutest little toddler voice. The toddler was like, "Come." Like, come dine with us, but a little kid. It was one of the funniest interactions I had all day. Um, in any case, I have met I have met a number of people from Micronesia since I've been here, and you know, I think it's the first time I've ever met anyone from Micronesia. I don't think I even knew anything about Micronesia before. I probably always heard about Polynesia, and uh, actually had some friends go to French Polynesia, like on vacation or something recently, maybe within the past few months, and they posted up on Instagram, and they made me look up like what Polynesia is or where it was for the first time, because I'd heard the name, but I'd never really known anything about what it was or where it was. And so I only just fairly recently, like within the past few months, found out where Polynesia was. And then since moving here, the more times I heard people say they were from Micronesia, eventually I looked it up and just kind of got to see where the places were in relation to one another. So as far as the Hawaiians are concerned, they share ancestry with Aboriginal New Zealanders and Polynesians, and so you've got this little trinity going in the Pacific Ocean, with the Hawaiians in the north central Pacific, just about the north central Pacific, and then you've got the Aboriginal New Zealanders, kind of down in the southwest Pacific, and then you've got the Polynesians who are in the southeast Pacific. And it kind of makes this little triangle. In any case, the Polynesia is where like Samoans are, and to my knowledge anyway, and yeah, they share like like there's similar words in their languages, kind of like with Spanish and Italian, at least as far as I understand. But Micronesia is not part of that ancestral sort of like group or heritage. But finding all that out, really kind of makes me wonder how it happened. Like, how did peoples from like a particular part of the world end up on those islands? Like, did they all set out at the same time? Did something happen that like caused them to set out like all at once, and did they like get split up when they were in the middle of the ocean? Like, how did people of the same from the same lineage all end up like spread out so far? In any case, it definitely has me a little bit more curious about Micronesia now. So in the last video that I filmed, it rained. I feel like it started raining while I was still walking by the shore. And then it started raining harder and harder once I got to around here, and it eventually lightened up and then went away, and then it just rained again. Probably for an hour, from like 6 to 7. And earlier it had rained from maybe like 4 to 5. And that's definitely normal out here. Like rolling weather systems, which is good. Even during the rainy season, when it's the same, when it seems like it might be the same weather system all day, since it rains all day. Or the same, I guess I'll say the same sets of clouds, you know. But even during the rainy season, how do you say? Even during the rainy season, it's excuse me, I have to stretch. I have to take a moment to stretch. Even though even though during the rainy season it rains all day, even during that time, how do you say? Even during that time, even during the rainy season, it's never like, it's always like rolling. It always will still be like a kind of rolling system or whatever, where it'll be raining really, really hard, and then it'll stop. And it might rain really, really hard and stop like for 20 minutes every hour, rather than just raining steadily and continuously throughout the day, or like, like kind of steadily as one chunk throughout the day. Wow, that's really cool. Like getting to like chill on your own boat. People are like barbecuing, and I still have to say it really was something to get to experience that, to get to experience, seeing it rain 15 times in one day. Like 15 different times in one day, I've, usually I hear about places like in Florida or in Dominican Republic, or other places with like kind of tropical-ish weather. And what people normally say is that usually at least once a day, usually around once a day, it'll just start pouring really hard in the middle of nowhere, everywhere, and it'll pour for like 10 minutes. It'll be like a crazy storm for 10 minutes, and then it will pass. And now that I'm saying it, I guess I realize that has to do with that actually has to do with exactly what is occurring in the air in those climates. Like there's like I guess they must be in. I guess it must be such that for those kinds of crazy thunderstorms, that like maybe cold air is meeting hot air on a regular basis. Like once a day, rather than periodically, like in places that are not in the tropics. But yeah, during rainy season, it's just like every single day, 12, 13, 14, 15 times a day, 15 separate times. I think it took a few weeks. I definitely have been caught in the rain plenty times. You know what, that actually just reminded me. I got caught in the rain today a few times. And I totally forgot that I have a poncho that I recently got, that I keep with me all the time, in my book bag. So I actually could have used that the 2 times I got caught in the rain today. I've just gotten so much more used to it, that's what I'll say. Used to getting caught in the rain and just kind of having to deal with it. Um, um, just like really quiet out tonight. I'm so sorry. I don't have a phone with better quality. Like, man, like the sky is quite something. Um, I'm working my way out to some place where things are more visible right now. Um, so yeah, I'm making my way to someplace with a little bit more light. Unfortunately, my battery's really low, and so I'm running out of time to be able to keep recording. Alright, since I'm running out of battery, I'll actually continue recording once I've got a little bit more light